This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You gotta let it shine. You gotta let it shine.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kayla Friday, and the infamous Buster Brown, and welcome back to our channel here at Little Cahaba Junkin. We're so glad you could join us today, and today's a very special day because we're going to be doing our fall home tour, finally. It's been a long time coming, but y'all know I am a busy girl. I'm a nurse full-time, and I'm a full-time dog mom. He just bumped the camera. And I got a husband, and I've got a household to keep up. And I've been doing some sales of my own, trying to do a little side hustle. So, I've just been super busy, but thank you for bearing with me and just being patient. But I hope you enjoy our fall home tour. We've put a lot of work into it. And it really just makes me happy. I'm happy with the way everything turned out, and I hope that you really enjoy it too. So without further ado, let's just get started and jump right into the tour. Starting out here in the front of the house, I have my vintage Schwinn bike I'm so proud of. I got it at a local flea market here in Clanton, and it's got some pretty Mandevilla and this star that Aunt Penny gifted me. Ooh, the wind's blowing. It feels so good outside today. Then here I've got this adorable witch cutout I got at a yard sale about 3 weeks ago for $3, and I thought she was just so cute. And there's the porch. We'll go look at it in more detail. And I don't know that I've ever really just sat and shown the whole front of my house. We just repainted our shutters and our beams. So coming up to the porch, I love how it turned out this year. I just absolutely love these metal pumpkins. I got a set of 3 of them from Decor Steals, and they turned out so cute. But on our steps, we've got just some trailing pumpkins and some old oil cans mixed with those metal pumpkins. Most of my pumpkins ended up coming from Trader Joe's and from Penton Farms in Verbena, Alabama. And then over here on this side of the porch, I have this really pretty old chippy door that I got from House of 5 that Michelle runs, and it turned out so cute. I got it at a pick and sale at her house, and it had this beautiful hardware on it. So I just left it, and I've got a pretty little grapevine wreath. And this is actually goldenrod out from the field behind our house that has dried, and it looks so pretty. Some pretty fall flowers. Y'all know I gotta have my terracotta. Then for my rugs, the one on the bottom came from At Home this year, and then the braided one on top came from Target. I love my little pumpkin sign. My Aunt Penny got me that last week. Got that really pretty fern and some garden tools. Hey! And then on my door, I have my Come Little Children Hocus Pocus. And look, y'all, I finally redid the door. I'm so excited how it all turned out. All right, let's go inside and see what we've done. As always, we'll start right here in the living room. Tell them, hey, Buster Brown. Say thank you so much for coming and being a part of our channel, and I appreciate you being here so much. He's a sleepy boy today. He's had a full weekend. All right, so over here, we'll start on this wall. We have our love seat, and our furniture here in the living room came from Rooms to Go, and I can't remember the name of it, but we do love it, and it's held up really well because nobody ever sits on it. We always stay in our little man cave. But over here, we have our love seat and a pretty quilted throw from Target and a couple of throw pillows. These here in the back that are this pretty velvet orange came from Dollar General last year for $5 a piece, and the one in the front is from Target. And then hanging above this, we have a really pretty painting by Robert Wood, and I thought it was perfect for in here. It's called Autumn Sunset. I recently purchased this from Yellow Leaf Antiques at her market days on the farm, and I'm so glad that nobody else bought it because it was meant to come home with me. Spinning over here, I am in love with this cute little stool. My Aunt Penny gifted me this, and I just love it for all year, but especially for fall because it's a really pretty mustard color. And then we have our little throws that we can sit on the ground if we have a lot of company. And over here on our side table, we have this thrifted lamp that I got. It was a really ugly color. I mean, it was brass and it would have been beautiful at one point, but it had gotten really ugly. So I actually painted it with chalk paint and added some baking soda and made it into this concrete look and just got a new shade, and it came back brand new. And over here we have a brass pitcher that I just stuck some feathers in, a cute little gourd, and then over here I found this crock for $1, a whole dollar, y'all. I was screaming with excitement, and I tucked some dried goldenrod in there, and I think it turned out so cute. Spinning over here, let me back up. Over here on this wall, we still have the cathedrals. I do like them, but I want to take those down and make a gallery wall. So that is my goal for Christmas, is to hopefully have those down and sold and have a gallery wall there. So I've got my living room changed up just a little bit. Normally the coffee table is lengthways, but I feel like it just makes this room look so much bigger having it turned like this. And it's just more feasible if you're sitting on the couch to be able to have somewhere to put something. So over here on the coffee table, I purchased this wicker one from Amazon. I have this really pretty old family Bible. And of course, it's open to the book of Esther, which is my middle name. I'm Kayla Esther. And I just love how worn and tattered this is. So somebody used this, and I'm just so grateful to have found it and gave it a new home. And then in our basket from Target, we just have it filled with different gourds and pumpkins. These came from Walmart, and these really pretty ones came from Penton Farms. I absolutely love this one. It's so pretty. And then we've got these dried gourds that I had shown you on a haul. Or I think it was maybe my 10 essentials for fall. Spinning, there's my purse. Y'all ignore that. Spinning over here, we have our recliner that is so comfortable. Although I really sit in it, I do love it when I do get a chance to sit in it. Over here, we have a collection of old books. We've got a few Bibles and just some little books that are fall colors. And we have our pretty brass duck head bookends there holding those in place. And then our Big Ben clock from Michelle with House of Five. And then beneath there, we have an old locker basket filled with other old books. And the candle that I'm burning is one that I've made myself, and it smells so good. It's called Blueberry Cobbler. I love it. Now let's go over here and take a closer look at this mantle. Okay, guys, this is probably my favorite mantle I have ever done. I just absolutely love it. And stacked in front of it, I have my old suitcases and trunks. And this one is new. I just got it from my friend Elizabeth, who had Elizabeth Ann Antiques, and she gave me some awesome goodies, and it fits perfectly here. Up here on our mantle, I have just this old chippy window, and I made out of some old like they're from church signs and other various signs, but I made out of the old letters a fall banner, and I thought that turned out so cute. And all I did is I got some Scotch tape and attached it to the black part where you couldn't see it. And then here I've got some amber glass. Let me get up closer where you can see my feathers, with some cute feathers. A pretty fall floral that came from Target. Oop, I got a glare here. And then this portrait here is actually of my great-grandparents. So this was my grandfather's on my mom's side's parents. So this is John Samuel Hunter Gillespie and Elizabeth Victoria, or no, maybe her name was just Elizabeth Willingham. Yes, I think so. And they called her Lizzie because I was supposed to be Elizabeth Victoria. That's what my mom had planned on naming me. Then I've got some dried florals that came from Hobby Lobby. And that cute little bust. And there's my little vintage phone. But I absolutely love the way this turned out this year. So let's spin around. Over here, nothing has really changed. I do have a big, ignore my shoes over there. I do have a big, beautiful set of lockers that I have to paint and redo, but the bottom is very rusted and sharp, so I've got to get a base built for it before I can paint them, and I'm going to put them right over here in the corner. But I've still got those really pretty plantation shutters up. I did take out that chair that's always here, and I added this really pretty vintage rocker. I got it from Angie Barnett, and I just threw a throw over there. And then in here, let me squat down and show you a little close-up of in here. Just got some amber bottles and an old portrait, some books. Those are my dried flowers from the wedding that are always there. And then over here, I've got another portrait, my collection of flower frogs. And then I've got this really pretty vintage Buster Brown that was sent to me by a sweet subscriber. Oh, and let me show you this. Y'all, this is amazing. Another sweet subscriber sent me this, and y'all, I was so tickled. It is a Buster Brown book, an illustration book, and I absolutely love it. Was that not the sweetest thing ever? It was from Glenna Cunningham, and Glenna, thank you so much. I absolutely love this. Me and my husband spent an hour going through this the day we got it. So that's everything that's in there. Just gonna do another quick little spin of the living area. Y'all will hear Buster Brown in the background sniffing and playing with my shoes. Buster, does Mama's shoes stink or something? Your mama does not have smelly feet, no. Don't you make them think I have smelly feet. So coming into the kitchen here, I have my beautiful sign that's always here. It's one of my absolute most favorite Bible verses. And it says, "For I'm convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ our Lord." Hallelujah. And thank you, Lord, for those promises. So now we're going to come into the kitchen, and I'll give you a quick little spin before we get started. So starting over in this corner, we have Esther Ruth, who's named after my grandmothers, Esther and Ellen Ruth. But over here on top of my hutch, I just tucked in those dried corn stalks, and I think it turned out so cute, just to add a pop of fall. I essentially keep my hutch the same, but just add a few touches each season. I did add that green, really pretty piece of ironstone. And then here on this shelf, I got this really cute set. It's the creamer and the sugar down here. I got it for like $1 for the set, and I was so ecstatic. But in that little ironstone pitcher, I have some pretty silver-plated cutlery. Then I have this beautiful piece of ironstone, y'all. This came from the thrift store, as well as the one on the top, but I just loved it. It was so old and beautiful. I also had to add my new oil can that came from Jacob at the Grumpy Goat. And also the little moon back there came from Jacob. I just love the way the hutch turned out. We've got Esther Ruth and her butter churn sitting next to it. Okay, spinning over here, we have our chalkboard that's always here. And this time I wrote, fall is proof that change is beautiful, because it is so true. There's so much going on in this world, you guys. There's so much changing every day. But despite all those negative changes, there are some beautiful changes that are going on. God is still at work. And if you don't see it, just look a little bit closer and you'll feel and see his presence every day. Let me back up here so you can see our really cool kitchen table. It has these awesome little swivels on it. And I always get questions about this. This table came from World Market. Up here on our tablescape, I don't really know what the theme was. Definitely fall, I guess. But I just added some things that reminded me of fall and then kept the kitchen touches. So first here under the tablescape, I have this really pretty runner that came from Target. And the riser actually came from Vintage Pickin' last time. We got this cute little hoe. I've got this basket here that's filled with some cute little copper pieces that I found at the thrift store and my collection of rolling pins. We've got this old glass bottle with some pretty dried magnolia branches in there. Some brass candlesticks, an old set of scales, and some pumpkins. So I just really love the way that turned out. And then our piece here, our chandelier, came from Lowe's. Now we'll walk and look at the corner piece, but I have to always show this. It says Farmers Market, fresh produce for sale. I absolutely love this, and it came from Etsy. So over here in this corner, my brother is so talented. He's a carpenter, and he can make anything. So he made me this beautiful corner shelf out of an old door we had. So over here, I have just a various collection of junk, because y'all know I love junk. But I've got some old kitchen utensils. And then here, I've got my little collection of carpenter's rulers and some more silver-plated cutlery. And we've got this adorable little wire chicken egg basket. And I filled it with those gourds that I showed y'all in my fall essentials video. These are egg gourds, so you can use them year-round. They're already dried. They're not gonna rot or anything. So gourds are great to just keep around and display. Buster! Buster's growling in the background. He hears something. Then over here we have our pretty pothos plant. And it is just tucked inside an old coffee tin. And I've got some old whisk brooms and my grandmother's old muffin tin. And then another vintage muffin tin back there that I found at the thrift store. And we've also got this really pretty house plant. And it is tucked inside this beautiful 5-gallon crock. I just love it. So now we'll come to this side of the kitchen. And here on the side of my cabinet, I hung one of my very loved and overused accordion racks. I have them everywhere. But I've got this really cute little farmer's hat and some fall-inspired aprons and really pretty dishcloths, along with a rug beater and some pretty brooms. And below that, we have this old potato bin that I made into Buster's, where we put his dog feed. And it says Buster Viddle. And then there is my little step stool, because y'all, I am a shorty. My cabinets are black, if you've never seen them. But we'll start over here. This is an idea that I absolutely loved. This is an old, pitchfork. I turned it upside down, and I've got my ironstone displayed in it. So it's just basically a homemade dish rack. Love it. Aunt Penny did one like that as well. Then we've got some cutting boards and another pretty house plant. Then over here, I've got this pretty crock that I got at Vintage Pickin', and I've just got my washing stuff in there. And my cute little pig that's always there, he came from my mom. And then over here in this corner, I've got this really pretty, what am I trying to say? Goodness gracious, a bread cabinet. I've got that there, and a pretty pottery piece there. That's an old picture, and I've just got a fall floral arrangement tucked in there with some feathers. I've got my KitchenAid. Then here on the stove, I kind of just made a little vignette. I've got this pretty basket that I got from Vintage Pickin'. It came from, oh my goodness, Down Home Chippy. And in here I've got a really pretty warty goblin. Y'all know I love a good warty goblin. I've got another candle. This one's actually from Antique Candle Co. An old C-Fast jar. Some old vintage cookbooks. And then this vintage grinder that my Aunt Gail got me. And then this really pretty kitchen towel came from Target. And then here on the front, I wanted to just kind of cover up a little bit of my stove. So I got these from Amazon. These are just little shower curtain racks. And I just used them to hang up some stuff from my kitchen. So I displayed some pretty towels and an oven mitt. And then here I've got my rugs. The one on the bottom came from At Home. And then this one on top is so soft. It is the one on like the kitchen ones that have the foam to protect your feet, and that one came from Target. I just love the colors. And spinning over here, I have a new canister set. I sold my other one because it was a little bit smaller, and I replaced it with this bigger set for more storage. I've got my old vintage radio, and I've got some ironstone pieces with some kitchen utensils. And these are really cute. These are just like little honey sticks that you use for your coffee. And then y'all probably remember this. I also bought this from the Market Days on the Farm from Yellow Leaf Antiques. And I use it to put my coffee. So I just stuff my Keurigs down in there and they fall out the bottom and it works perfectly. And let me try to see here if you can see him. It has a little pig on it and it looks like the Piggly Wiggly pig. I love it. And if you don't know what the Piggly Wiggly is, it's a local little supermarket. We have 2 in our area and we love them. Let me just do another little spin. Buster's standing by his bowl like he's starving. Y'all can look at my baby and tell he just goes without so much. He's so skinny and malnourished. Not really, the vet tells me he's fat, but he's not, he's just healthy. All right, guys, let's move on to the hallway. So coming into the hallway, I did move this piece into our spare bedroom, but I brought it back in here because I just wanted it back in the hallway. Y'all know I can't make up my mind. But on here, I have those cute little brass swans, a pretty silhouette, and a dried gourd, some amber glass, and some old hymnals. I think it turned out super cute. Coming over here, there's a sneak peek of the bedroom, but I love this. I have it displayed all the time. It's an F for Friday, our last name, and we use this as our guest book at our wedding, so we could display it and always have it out for us to see all our warm wishes. So coming into the little guest bathroom, hey everybody, just don't look at me. Over here, I have a really pretty orange hand towel that came from Target. This mirror was here when we bought the house, and the light fixture. I would love to replace them eventually, but that's, you know, just something that I'll get to if I get to it. It's not something that has to be done. but it's not really my style. But I mean, it's great for what it is, but I would love to change it out eventually. And we have a candle that I poured. And then here we have a little amber glass that we have our soap in. And this is a pretty little hand towel that was handmade by my friend Jennifer at work. And I remember to keep the toilet seat down. Y'all, that's like 4 for 4. Holly would be so proud. Over here, I've got some pretty towels. I just bought this one this year from Target, and I loved the colors for fall. And then another matching hand towel that's orange that matches that one over there. A pretty pumpkin hand towel. And then this pretty piece came from Yellow Leaf Antiques as well. It wasn't actually her booth that I purchased it from, but I did get it from her sale, and I thought it was so pretty. It's just got those dried orange and red florals. So backing up, Buster's like, what are we doing in the bathroom, Mama? He said, normally this is not what the bathroom is for. Why are you sniffing that toilet? I just cleaned that toilet. Then over here, we've got the Buster sniffing the toilet. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you giving them a show? So while we're down here, we'll show them our pretty rug that came from Target. Y'all, he is so rotten. Then over here, we have an old window that we just took the glass out of so it wouldn't be so heavy. And I've got some pretty white towels hanging there. And then we've got this pretty grapevine, grapevine, that's what it is. I was confusing myself for a minute, but we've got this pretty grapevine wreath that came from Michael's. And I just love how primitive it is. Buster, are you ready to show them the guest bedroom? Now we're going to take a look in here. We've got our sweet little girl picture that came from the thrift store. And then we open up into our pretty little guest bedroom. Just do a little spin, and then we'll go by each area individually. Starting over here with this wall, I've got another accordion rack, but y'all, they're so easy to use for the seasons, and you don't have to keep putting holes in your wall, and you just change them up for every season. So, and I leave a few staple pieces, like I left this old lumber tool belt and that watering can. And I don't think this was here last time. It may have been. Yes, it was. Okay, it was here, that wicker basket. And I just added some pops of fall. The scarf came from Amazon for like $6. Then I've got a pretty fall floral from Target. This old Amish hat. And then I changed out the denim for a pretty brown work shirt. And I thought it turned out so cute. And it hangs above this sweet little bench that my pawpaw made. And I'm so thankful to have that piece. And there's a rotten Buster. So now we'll spin. This was my grandmother, who was married to my pawpaw, obviously. He made this as well, and it is a beautiful hope chest. And I have some of her stuff in there. But here on the bed, we've kept the bedding the same and just added some fall pillows. Those came from Target. And that one in front actually came from maybe Target as well. And then this is also from Target, and it's the Threshold brand. They make my favorite little throws. But here on the bed, I tried to make it cozy and welcoming. We've got this pretty little bed tray, and I got it from Angie Barnett, who is a local junker. And I've got my brass little candlestick piece that I got at the Vintage Market Days of Birmingham. This is actually Macbeth, but I thought it was a cute little perfect size to put here. Some old spoons and some little coffee cups and another one of my candles. And then hanging up on the screen, I've got the word vintage spelt out because, you know, I just love a good vintage. Got our peace lily. And then over here, I love this little section. I am in love with this little brass bust. I think he's so cute. But next to him, I have my collection of big bins and little bins, a vintage radio, and then this old pickle jar. And tucked in there, I've got these really, really pretty florals that came from Target this year, and they look so real. I absolutely love the Threshold brand from Target because they make some of the best stuff. So walking over here, this pretty chifforobe is actually also something that I got from my grandparents. My grandfather made it as well. And then on top of that, we've got some old trunks. And this really pretty pothos plant has just went berserko. And I hated to trim it, so I stuck it up there where it could just kind of come down. And then here, I've got this old Singer sewing machine. I do need to redo it, but I just haven't found the time. But this actually came from my husband's granny, and I just love her. She's about 4'10", 65 pounds, sopping wet, but that thing is spicy. I just love her. She's got so much moxie. I hope I'm just like her when I grow up. But over here on this cute little farmhouse table, this is kind of my work area with my laptop and my computer and my printer. But I've got a collection of oil lamps because y'all know I'm obsessed. I've got this old milk glass lamp. Y'all, I'm gonna tear up this thing. It's been with me for a long time. And then over here, I have this vintage landscape, and I absolutely adore it as well. Just look at the detail of the frame. It's so beautiful. We're gonna do one more spin around. But you know I gotta show Buster, because y'all know he is the star of this channel, for sure. And if you don't like pit bulls, I feel so sorry for you because they're the absolute best dogs. He is just like a little baby, and we love him so much. Now let's go check out the big bedroom. Last but not least, we have our master bedroom. And I didn't go crazy in here because obviously we do sleep in here and spend a lot of time in here, so I couldn't go too wild. But over here on this wall, I have my beautiful pictures still hanging up. They're perfect for fall, but I've left them up year round. I need to get us to make some new ones, but we just actually took these with my husband's iPhone in his parents' backyard, and I absolutely adore them. It's me and my sweet husband. He's so precious. And then over here on his side table, I've got these really pretty lamps. I've had them since we've moved in, and I'm gonna just turn it on real quick where you can see. Oh, don't look at how dusty it is. But I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they make a really pretty, just a really pretty effect on the wall. See, I just love them. But next to that, I just have a collection of old books and some more oil lamps. And I have a little boy bust, and on the other side I have a little girl because Corey sleeps on this side. Look at Buster, y'all. Do y'all's pit bulls lie like this with their legs like a frog? And then here on our bed, I love this basket. I love the look of these old laundry baskets, but they're so expensive at vintage shows. So I got this reproduction at Hobby Lobby this year for $25. And I've got a pretty little linen throw coming out of there. Our bedding is from Amazon. Love it. And then the 3 pillows there that are the matching throw pillows actually came from Walmart. I love their throw pillows, so just keep a lookout when you go in there. And then the one in the front actually came from, I believe, Home Goods. Then over here, we just have our little church pew. And who would have thought? Another peg rack. On this peg rack, so this is the 3rd one I have hanging up, I've got just a collection of fall goodies. I've got this really pretty copper watering can, this dried wheatgrass wreath that actually came from Walmart. I loved it. A pretty rug beater that came from my Aunt Penny. And a couple of fall throws and scarves, along with a really pretty Amish hat. I just love it. Then coming over here, this is my side table. So I've got the little girl bust. I thought she's so sweet. And I found the copper lantern at a local little flea market that we have here in Chilton County called the Cow Sale. It used to actually be a cow sale, but now it's just a flea market. So I found that for 10 bucks. And then another collection of books and an old clock. I can't let a tour go by without showing this beautiful mirror. I absolutely love this. So this is a screen door, and I got it at Stray Cats Home Decor in Birmingham, and they had put a mirror in it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I can just stand here and just take in the beauty every day. I'm just teasing, but I do love it, and it's a great size. One more little look around our master bedroom. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot in here, but I do love it. I think it turned out adorable. Okay, guys, that is pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed our home tour. I love the way it turned out for fall, and it just gives me all the warm, cozy vibes. And I've just really enjoyed it so far. I just love all the pretty oranges and browns and yellows, and it just gives me all the awesome fall vibes. So I hope that you enjoyed it as well, and I hope you got some inspiration from it. I also hope that you have a wonderful week. Remember, like my chalkboard says, fall is proof that change can be beautiful. There is so much going on, and there's so much pain and sorrow going on in the world, but Jesus is still in control. We all have to just step up and be a shining light for him. You know, he said for us to be like a shining city on a hill, and just to put his love out there and just be a shining light for him, and to tell everybody all the good things that he does for us. And I know that I am so blessed, even though so many things can go awry and there's just struggles that we all have. Nobody's life is perfect. And people that you see on Instagram and all over social media, none of their lives are perfect. It's just some people are easier at hiding it than others. So we all go through the same struggles. We may not be in the same boat, but we are in the same storm, you guys. So just bear with us, and God is going to come out and just take care of us, you know, every single day. We have to just keep our faith in him and just be strong and just be like Job and just praise him through the storms that are coming. But like I said, I hope you have a blessed week. I'm so thankful that you're here, and just keep being a shining light for Jesus, and just keep spreading happiness and joy, because you never know what that little act of kindness and joy will have an effect, what effect it's going to have on somebody. It just creates a ripple effect, and your kindness can just keep going and keep going and keep going. But we'll see you on the next video. Be blessed, stay safe, and thank you again for being a part of our family. Happy junkin'.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I'm gonna let my little light shine for Jesus. Hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you on our next adventure. Bye-bye.